It's Cherie, your favorite girl. I love y'all. I hope y'all are doing fabulous. I am back to trying to, y'all know social media probably is really hard sometimes for the people that do it for other purposes than just like shits and giggles. People like me that are trying to raise awareness to things going on in the world, things that we're passionate about. Sometimes it's hard to be on here and deal with your real life on top of it. So, and I never keep my real life from y'all because I feel like it's just a hypocritical situation, and why would I want to even care to do that? So, one of the things that I'm really excited about in the future is dealing with a lot of stuff that's been on my mind for the past couple of years with my family. I have really went out of my way to try to rebuild a road system that's like a bridge has been blown up, and you're trying so hard to put it back together, and it's like I'm not even the person that needs to put it back together, because actually I'm the survivor. So the people that are involved in building the bridge back need to step up and do their part. With that all being said, it's been shocking to me to also understand and realize that everything I really do know, and the concept of birds of a feather flock together, those that are people that you hang around and the people you associate with and the people that you spend your life trying to be a part of, it also defines what kind of person you are, okay? And so if you're friends and you associate, or you have people that you know directly, for example, Daniel Gallen is one of them. He helped torture me when I was a child, and he still either social media wise, phone wise, some sort of way is associating with at least one of my brothers for sure. That bothers me in the sense that I don't understand when you have a family that has done such horrific things and you have forgiven them, and then they still associate with people that they know tortured their sister. Like Dan Gallant was a part one day, this is just one incident, where him and my father, Ron Mcrae, took me to the barn, and for hours that they made me take my shoes and my socks off because they didn't want me running away. And so they're preachers, mind you. Daniel Gowan is from Maine. He originally is from Maine, and he's married now, and he has kids. And I think when I've seen his pictures of his kids in the past, I thought, oh my God, one day when they find out that their father literally tortured a little girl the age of his daughter, right? They stood over me or around me and forced me to clean up horse manure, pig manure with my hands. While they preached at me for hours, calling me a whore, I was going to burn in hell. And see, what bothers me is like people like Daniel Gallen wasn't raised in the way I was raised, so he could have gone immediately to the police and said, hey, there's this problem up there, there's this little girl, she's locked in a closet, they're beating her to death, and now I've joined the cause of what can I do to torture a little girl. Can you imagine? When you look at Daniel Gowan, he's like 6'3" or 4, and he's like this big, bold, broad man, and he sat there and made me, and when I'm like 10, 12 years old, clean horse manure and pig manure with my hands. I was begging for water because I was so thirsty that I couldn't, like, they wouldn't give me nothing to drink, okay? And they're laughing and they're ridiculing me. And the only people that were there was, like, there was other people there at the property, but in the barn was Daniel Gowan from Maine. He now lives somewhere outside of, I think it's either Pennsylvania, Ohio, one of those places in those areas. He's there, but I do know he's originally from Maine. And so for me, sorry about the glare, but for me, when I see that kind of stuff and think that you know this guy did this to your sister, your sibling, your niece, your aunt, your aunt, whatever part you play in my life, why do you have anything to do with those kind of people? And I was told also, like, my sister-in-law Crystal's on the phone every day with my parents. Okay, well, last time I was around Crystal Mcrae, she's my sister-in-law. She's married to my brother Steven. They're in Somerset, Pennsylvania. The last time I was around Crystal, which was like 7 years ago, she just hated them. Like, the kids, my nieces and nephews, would call my parents the evil grandparents. And when I was there, I wasn't there to tear everybody down. I wanted to promote, like, love, forgiveness, and like, even though we talked about a lot of stuff, I wanted to be able to start building from there. And she actually had her family come over, Crystal's family. They weren't very close at the time, and I was really trying to encourage that healing part there, because I felt like her family was a really decent family that deserved to be around, and maybe they don't understand everything that we've all been through, so, let's try to rebuild that bridge. They even went garage selling with us, because I love garage selling, and we went. It was so much fun. But when I find out, and I'm told that my sister-in-law is called, the people that, y'all, locked me in a closet, okay? Locked a child in a closet, which is a serious crime, mind you. And then I was molested, tortured, raped, abused. It is so much sick shit. Threw me in outhouse holes. I had a tin can for a toilet. No, I'm not going to stop talking about it. I know my brothers hate this part of me. They don't want me talking about it. They just want me to drop it. And I told them, I said, it's easy for you to say that, and I don't mind dropping it, because that's what I did for a while. I quit talking about it, and I'm sure y'all all noticed, which was because I was trying to build a bridge that was consistent of something else. Like, we, make memories, right? You make memories with your family, you do different things, and it helps heal the past. But when they don't, and they spend all their energy around people, like, that hurt me so badly, I don't understand it. I have a very hard time understanding how you go from saying, oh, those are the evil grandparents. They're terrible. I don't want them in my life. They've destroyed my life. They've hurt me so bad. And I don't tell them they can't associate with them. But what baffles me, and maybe I should have said that, but what baffles me is that they can be around them, put all this effort into knowing them, and then you put no effort into knowing me at all. Well, what am I supposed to digest from that? Like, seriously. And then you're friends with people like Daniel Gowan. You think I would have Daniel Gowan on my social media? You got to be shitting me. I would never have anything to do with that. He's a predator. He needs to be locked up. So I don't understand it. And people say to me all the time, and even recently over the last couple of years, some stuff has been, videos and stuff have been sent to me about stuff going on in my family, and I'm going, I haven't even spoken about it, because I don't know how to comprehend the fact that, one, everything I thought they were is a big fat lie. That's either one thing, or two, they just use and go through and do whatever they want with people to get what they want, and then they move on, and they manipulate the situation for people to hate each other, not love each other, like no forgiveness there. It's all a big fat fake lie. And that's really what I've come to find out. Like, I have one brother that believes in polygamy. I didn't know that. Like, I had no clue. I mean, I knew there was some stuff going on that I don't speak on, because it's my business privately with me and my brother, and I'm not going to tell him or his wife or anybody else. You can just bite me on that. I'm not going to rat my brother out. But to know that that's what they believed in, and then they went as far as contacting that show that is, contacting the show that does some kind of polygamy show. But when I wanted to go get help from Dr. Phil, oh, we don't want to be in the public. Like, no, we don't want our children in the public eye. Like, none of that. No. But at the same time, when I find out later on, this is why. Because everything that I kind of knew about in the back of my head, and I didn't bring it up because honestly, there's so many rumors sometimes. You just kind of like go, okay, that's probably a rumor, or maybe that's just something I'm going to keep quiet about my brother because I bet it's bad. Because I don't care. No offense. Even like Crystal, I don't care. Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't care. My brother deserves better than her, and I don't care. I don't care if you like it or not. That's the truth. Because as far as I'm concerned, I've never seen so much two-faced mess in all my life. So then I try to dig myself out of it and try to figure out how to forgive them, move forward, and try to be something better. But then I turn around and I'm just like, then I find out my other sister-in-law, and they literally took my videos, cut them and spliced them, and sent them to my biological parents. I don't care about any of that. I really don't care, okay? It was just the fact that the one sister-in-law has nothing to do with me ever. Like, I didn't know she hated me. I didn't know. I mean, I don't have anything against the lady. She's never done one thing wrong to me. Like, she doesn't talk to me, but that doesn't mean things wrong. Like, yeah, there's probably something going on, but honestly, I kind of feel like I don't blame her sometimes because of what's happened in our family. So how do you unscramble all of that? And then how do you learn to keep forgiving people that literally just smash on you every time they get a chance? They show up and then they don't like something when they're done with you. And it's, trust me, I've got it on it. Like, y'all can see the dialogues. The proof I have is so massive. It's in several places, so make sure that it never is lost, stolen, or, it's never going to leave, okay? The evidence is going to be there for the rest of their lives. I will not stop speaking up about this crap that they're doing to me and other people because you were supposed to be better than our parents. I expected that from you. I'm better than them, so why can't you? And I even wanted to try to heal things with my parents. Like, that's how far I'm willing to go to try to fix the problems. But I promise you, you can put the whole United States on this mess. You could not get both of my parents, all my siblings, all their wives, there's 4 wives, all of them in a room, and they weren't allowed to leave until they all sat down and worked things out, until they all told the truth, and there could be no screaming, no fighting, like, talk to each other reasonably about what's happened. Because it's like now, they'll be like, oh, well, you got on social media and told the world I was a polygamist. Well, you are! Who cares? Like, nobody cares. Do you care? Because I don't care. Like, honestly, I like his other wife. And his other wife, Crystal, she just was wore out. I don't blame her. Like, good God, I want a wife too. So, I didn't, like, that's the stuff that, if you're not going to talk to me about it, I'm going to ask by your fans, how would you deal with all that? And then you don't, like, being told that certain things about, like, I have, like, all my siblings' wives, they all tell me all this stuff, man. Videos, pictures, you name it. The people, fans that know stuff, send me stuff, and I'm going, are y'all kidding me? Like, I know I'm sounding upset right now, and I kind of am, because it hurts my feelings. Because if you can be such a survivor and such a person that God has blessed me with the ability to forgive. Just because you forgive somebody, it's a daily action. It is not just a word. It means you got to stand in front of Ron and Cherie Mcrae and not hate them. That's what forgiveness is. Okay? That's how I feel. So God gave me that. So if I'm able to do that, then what's your excuse? And you can be upset with somebody and still forgive them. I believe that. Like, just because I have feelings and emotions about the fact that you have nothing to do with your sister because all you've ever done is lie to her. So when she finds out the truth, it's like, I don't even care. Honestly, that's what's so sad about it, is I don't care what my brothers do. I want them happy. But stop making excuses and stop acting like I can't be around my nieces and nephews because you're better than me. Trust me, we don't want to go there. And then I have another brother. He had a daughter, and I was so excited. He sends me basically a contract of what I need to do to be around his daughter. I'm going, you've never done a damn thing for my children. Who are you to tell me anything? Like, I've already raised my kids. Honey, you don't need to tell your sister nothing. I respect boundaries. I know what you do and you don't do. I know, but see, that's what's so weird. They don't know how to be natural. Like, right? Aunt comes over, spoils the baby. Babysits while him and his wife go out on a date, and you don't ever have to worry about somebody hurting your child because I'm gonna die before I let something happen to your baby. And it would be natural to go pick up the baby and hug the baby and take pictures of the baby. This was actually an argument in my family. How that we're all supposed to act around the baby. And I'm going, what is wrong with y'all? Like, it's normal. It's normal for baby, and everybody's overprotective when they have their first one. I get all that. No, we're not talking about the normal stuff, y'all. We're talking about, like, when the parents come over, do they pick up the baby? Do they hold the baby? Do I get to see the baby? And this, I still have the message. Like, I keep everything because nobody would ever believe me if I didn't have proof. That's sad, but it's true. This contract, it's not a contract, but this list of what he wants for me to see my niece. And I'm going, but dude, you're a Christian. Lead by example. My kids don't even know your name. You're an uncle. My son does not know his name. Like, he's heard me say it a lot, but he wouldn't know it off the top of his head. So I feel frustrated this week, and I don't know why it's affected me this week so much, but it has. And so I figured I'd just put it out here. And I don't care. I don't care, Stephen, what you're doing. But I don't care if you have 100 wives. I don't care. My brother Enoch, I don't care. I don't think there's anything going on in his life that I was never bothered by anything. I had no clue that his wife hated me. I did not know that. That was a shocker to me. I was like, what? I didn't know that. Like, I've respected her boundaries. I don't try to force myself down her throat. I don't, I just know she's beautiful and sweet and beautiful and sweet. That's what I know about her. Why would you take a video with my other sister-in-law and deliberately send it off? Like, doesn't that anyway? I think that would affect anybody. Like, really. And you can't marry people or have people in your life as family and just throw them away and go, okay, I don't care what happens to you. And by the way, when I'm throwing you away, hey, bye, everybody, don't love her, don't love him, don't care about them. No, you can't do that. God's love is unconditional, number one. And God, I have never read in the Bible where God said to throw away your family that you have hurt. I don't know why they chose me. Like, I have no family. There are no holidays. There are no vacations. Just because they can't stand the fact that I know, like, all the dirt on them, but I don't care about the dirt. That's just part of everybody's life. Everybody has dirt. I don't care. I just wanted to spend time with them. But instead, they'll go off and this stupid idiot in South Carolina, I can't think of his name right now, Yanish, whatever his name is, he's a low-life piece of junk. People like that, I don't understand why you would rather be around those. And trust me, when I call him a piece of junk, that's a nice word. Yeah. Like, my brother deserves so much better than those kind of people in his life. So why doesn't he choose to have good people in his life versus having that? Like, what is so wrong about his life that is not okay with me? I don't care. It's his life. I just wanted to be a part of it. And don't say it's because of my social media, because this has been going on for 30 freaking years. Before social media, y'all were being douchebags to me. There we go. So let's just own it and move on and make it better. Why won't my family do that? Why won't they accept that the more damage they dish out, the worse it gets? So stop doing it and start mending it. Please, somebody explain to me, why was I even born to a bunch of people that didn't want me? Like, what can you say I've done to you the worst? Oh, I talked about it on social media. Well, you don't talk to me, so who do I have to talk to? You don't have Christmases. We don't have any of that stuff. So what am I supposed to? And honestly, bad stuff that they've done to me, most people think I shouldn't even be near them because they don't deserve to be around me. But I still wish my brothers would be better and they would be normal. I just wish they would be normal and just be a family. Why is that so hard? Why is it what I'm asking for is so hard? Like, why? I'm not a drug addict. I'm not a piece of shit. I'm a good person. I would die for anybody in my family. Why would you turn around and turn your back on me and treat me like a lowlife? Like, I know why. I feel like it's just because they can't live up and measure up to what my beliefs are and my faith and my expectations and what I thought of them. But it's okay. I still love them. I don't care. Like, yes, I was shocked at first to find out so many things, but it's okay. I can move forward. I already have. So, yes, like, why can't you do that? Why can't you sit at the table? Are you that ashamed of yourself? Because I have nothing to hide. I mean, look, I'm here all the time. I have nothing to hide. So somebody please tell me, how do you fix a family that doesn't want to be fixed? And what was the point in having me? You tortured me growing up for 16 years. You dumped me into the streets. Steven said in a letter, they literally threw me out in the streets, like to the wolves. And then you grow up and you're an adult, Steven, and you've got a family and you got kids that I know want to be around me. And there's no family unit. Like, what is it? What is wrong with my family? And I'm sorry I'm venting, but this is just how I feel today. And I just wanted somebody to tell me what is wrong with my family. And how do you fix a family that doesn't love you and never has loved you? And like, how do you move on from it? How do you forget? I wish I could hit the delete button and I just delete. But then I don't, because I learned so much from my past. But how do you delete a family that doesn't give a shit? Like, how do you do that? Like, how can I? Alright, I'm sorry. I know I said a lot. I'm sorry. But this is just how I feel. I just wonder, how do you start over from it all and act like they never exist? Because they'll show up 5, 2 years, 6 months, 3 months, and then they are here again. And it's like you start all back over again just to be let down again. Because they're trying to me as zero compared to anything that I've done to try to mend the bridges. And I'm just like fed up. Because I don't think I need to be quiet about what's happened to me growing up. That's my story. That's my life. That's my journey. I'm proud to be here today. And most of the time, and so many of the things that happened to me growing up, they had nothing to do with. And the things that they were involved in. I mean, good God, if you look at what happened to us, like, if I'm not mad at them, then why do you have anything? Why don't you have the most loving compassion and care for your sister? God gave you only one. So what made her so unlovable that you just don't care if she lives or dies? Why are y'all that way and I'm the opposite? Like, why did I turn out different? Like, why did I never want to hate them. I don't get it. I don't understand. So maybe somebody can teach me something on here about how to just move on or forget it all. I don't know. So, anyways, all right. Sorry, y'all. This is just the way I feel. All right. Love y'all. Keep your head up. All right. Just keep trying, I guess. I don't know. If you got some advice, I'm open to listening to anything. All right. Talk to y'all later. Love y'all. Bye-bye.